Hey, what's up, guys? Thanks for checking out this quick video here on Penn State wide receiver Jahan Dotson. Now, we're getting ready for the NFL Draft 2022. As I record this, it's March 6th, so we're a couple, basically 6, 7 weeks out from the NFL Draft. And if you've looked into some of the wide receiver rankings, you've seen Jahan Dotson as kind of like a top 5 wide receiver, maybe 4, 5, or 6 receiver off the board here. I really like this receiver. In this video, what we're going to do is I have a bunch of links. We'll kind of go through them all, and I'll show you guys his strengths and his weaknesses. We'll look at some of his comps for the NFL, which I think are really interesting, and we'll get into some tape at the end. And I'll show you guys what he does really well. So Jahan Dotson, again, the combine's going on right now as I'm recording this. He came in at 5'11" and a half. 178 total pounds here, so he's very small. That's probably his biggest knock, is that he does not have great size. But what he lacks in size, he makes up for pretty much everywhere else. Really fine receiver here in Jahan Dotson, and he might be one of my. He's probably one of my favorite sleepers in this draft that you can get in the second round. Amongst his strengths here, again, this is just the NFL.com prospect link, which I put in the description below. Instant acceleration to stem and go in his release. Early juice creates earlier hip turn from coverage. A single route can feature 3-speed variants. So I really like that when a player can kind of start a route slow, change the speed, and then change it up again. That's very important. Slick and smooth on the move. Talent to work at all three levels on field. Potent second year finding and maintaining deep ball separation. Agile, quick feet used on shake routes underneath. Graceful leap and adjust when playing above the rim. That's what's cool. He's 5'11", but he's got some really good hops. He makes some very acrobatic catches. He gets to full extension from sudden grabs with large, strong hands. He's got some of the best hands in this class. He makes a lot of off the body catches. Phone booth wiggle after the catch. Talented punt returner with big play potential. So you're also getting someone that you can use in the return game on special teams. Now, here's what NFL.com is saying are his weaknesses. Not as comfortable working between the hashes. I'm not sure. I don't know if I agree with that. He can play in the slot just fine. He is smaller, but I don't really necessarily agree with that. Some stumble when upper body gets ahead of feet. Everyone, that's another thing that I'm not really sure makes sense to me. Drifting route breaks allow coverage to undercut. Needs additional steps to break off intermediate comebacks. Labors in adjustments to off-target throws in tracking phase. Play strength issues show up against clingy coverage. That's again, he's a smaller receiver, so his best asset is for him to get open quickly. He allows too much intrusion into the catch area and brought down by arm tackles in open field. So to me, this is all kind of just saying he's small. He's small. Looking at his total stats from his 4-year career, pretty good last 2 seasons. His freshman year, not much. His sophomore year got a little bit better. Junior season had a really nice year. 52 receptions, 884 yards, and 8 touchdowns. I think his big game in his junior year is the Ohio State game. I think he had like 140 some yards and 3 touchdowns. But man, his senior season, 91 receptions, 1,182 yards, 13 yards per catch, and 12 total touchdowns. Looking at his game logs, some of his best games came in some of the biggest moments. And you look at, this is the guy that he scored a lot of touchdowns. He started off the season with 5 straight games, getting touchdowns. Total games over 100 yards were 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 against Maryland, 242 yards and 3 touchdowns. So that's boosting his numbers up for sure. Now, Penn State did have some weird QB play throughout the season, but for the most part here, this was the main part of the offense when they were throwing the ball. You see catches of 8 total catches a game against Michigan State, 9, 11, 11, 7, 10. This is a possession receiver for you guys. So at the NFL on the next level, I think you're going to see a guy that could lead his team in total receptions. I have a list of comps that we're going to look at later, but the comps that I've been seeing the most were Deontay Johnson, Tyler Lockett, and then I'll throw in another one down the line here, which I'm not sure I love, but we'll get into some of the RAS scores here. So far, so good. He's improved every year. I like to see that. Here is a Bleacher Report. And these are, again, so I'm just pulling up some of the links here of other scouting reports on him. And again, this is what I think is funny is negatives is below average height and build. And to me, when I'm watching his tape and I'm watching his individual game tape, that's basically what I saw as well. Is he lacks the typical size. He's not a DK Metcalf for sure. He's not even really a Chris Godwin type body. So he lacks that traditional height and build that you want to see from your wide receivers. And Bleacher Report. Like they rank him as their wide receiver 4, and then there's their pro comparison in the Tyler Lockett mold. And look at this latest mock draft landing spot, pick number 25 to the Buffalo Bills. I think that's very interesting. I was actually I was watching he interviewed very well at the combine. I was watching his interview, and they're asking him questions about what he does really well, and he mentioned that he's just very versatile. He can play all the positions. He's not afraid to play any positions, and he likes to just make plays with the ball in his hand. And then they got to the point of asking him, "Which teams have you interviewed with?" And the one that he first mentioned was Miami Dolphins. He said the Dolphins talked to him a lot, and then they did chalk plays and stuff like that, and we're drawing and chatting. So the Dolphins, very interesting team to potentially get Jahan Dotson. Buffalo, it seemed like a lot of people you can envision him in Buffalo pretty easily. And again, at the 25th overall spot, let's actually pull up. Let's go ahead and pull up what we got here for the draft order, the full draft order. So Buffalo picks number 25. The other team on the list that I think is very intriguing is Tennessee. So I think as soon as you get to Buffalo and Tennessee in the first round of the draft, that's where teams will start thinking about taking Jahan Dotson. Miami. So here you go. Buffalo, Tennessee, Miami. So there's some late first round interest, but then I think that there's some really strong candidates here in the beginning of the second round. Of course, any of these teams basically in the top 10 of the second round could take him. But I like if he falls to Cleveland, I think that's a really good fit. I think Washington, Denver, maybe not so much Denver, but Chicago definitely needs a receiver if they're getting rid of Allen Robinson. So that's kind of his range, I think, from early as 25th overall, and then maybe to Chicago at 39, maybe Cleveland at 44 would be the lowest he falls. So that covers his draft, I guess his range of outcomes there. I was trying to think if there was anything else. This was the site that was really comparing. This is the draftnetwork.com, and they did a really good comparison on him, basically being very similar to Deontay Johnson. They showed some plays here, and then this is Deontay Johnson against Patrick Peterson doing some fun things, and it makes sense. And we'll get into. I guess let's just open this up right now. If you don't know what RAS score is, it's basically it's relative athletic score. He did not grade very well because of his size, and it's his height and it's his weight. So those are red measurements. But you look at what he does well in is it's the speed metrics. All of his speed metrics are blazing green, and you compare that to Deontay Johnson, who very similar size. We're talking. So this is 5'10" and a half for Jahan, 5'10", and I believe that's very similar to a half over here for Deontay Johnson. So basically the same height. And Deontay was a little bit bigger coming out of college, and Dotson's faster, a little bit better at every of the speed categories here. Much better vertical, broad jump, and all that stuff here. So Jahan Dotson, very comparable to Deontay Johnson. He's getting better scores, which I think is very cool. And the thing that really stuck out to me with Jahan Dotson, and so he didn't run the fastest 40 time that he was hoping for. I don't even think he finished in the top 10 of wide receivers. But look at his vertical, and you consider that he's one of the shorter guys there. He's 5'10" and a half. But here is who he jumped with a 36-inch vertical, and so that's the same as Garrett Wilson, who's one of the consensus first wide receivers taken off the board. You have guys like some of the bigger names down here too. There's George Pickens, David Bell, Treylon Burks, Chris Olave's got a really weak vertical jump, so he's jumping pretty much as good as, if not better than anybody in the first round of wide receivers. So I like what he's offering there. And then I'm trying to think if there's anything else that I wanted to whip up here from the article. So I thought this was interesting. He did draw offers from Alabama, Clemson, Georgia, and Ohio State. So he was a very high touted prospect. But these are let's finish up with some of these RAS scores, and then we'll finish up with the film here. So again, not great measurements, but great speed metrics here. The name here, Tyler Lockett, was thrown out for him. Tyler Lockett, of course, had a little bit more information here to fill out, especially with that shuttle time. That shuttle time really boosted his RAS score. But if you look at the comparables here, basically the same, 40-yard time, basically the same 20-yard split time, basically the same 10-yard split time. And you look at the vertical jump here, better vertical here on Dotson. Broad jumps were dead equal. And then I don't know why he ran at such a poor three cone here, but Lockett did have him in two more categories. But you have a guy in Dotson very comparable to Deontay Johnson, Tyler Lockett, and then just for fun, for some reason I watching him tape, watching him on tape, it reminded me of Greg Jennings, some of the stuff that he is asked to do. And Greg Jennings, of course, tested very, very well because he weighed, almost 20 more pounds than Jahan Dotson. So I think that's like the true difference. But you look at a guy who's faster than Greg Jennings, and so it's very easy to see this range of outcomes being Tyler Lockett, Deontay Johnson, maybe Greg Jennings. And then just for fun, I pulled up Antonio Brown, who was very small, just like Jahan Dotson coming out, and Dotson's faster. Dotson's faster, but Antonio Brown's got that three cone shuttle. So we'll see. And then with that all said, I'm going to close out all these links and let's hop into a quick film study. And again, I appreciate you guys if you are still watching. This is really my first time ever doing something like this where we're looking at a prospect. So I think it's a lot of fun and learning curve for me to be doing this. But I want to add. Let me see. I'm going to pull up my video here. And basically, let's go ahead and see what Dotson does really, really well. And again, you got to remember, smaller receiver. He's not going to be mossing people, but he can. Remember that vertical jump that he's got. So here's just a quick play against Ohio State. Just him finding himself open here on the comeback out route, the flag route down here. So he starts up here, and I apologize. This is just a highlight video that I had cut up, but he's again, this is Ohio State, and here he is. He's got a little bit of about a 3 yard cushion, and he's able to just break that route off and just find the first down here. He maintained himself and was able to pick up the first down. So that's one of the things he does really well is he's able to just run a basic out route, a basic comeback route on the corner there, and find himself along the sideline. Here's another thing. I think this is a touchdown play, but he's up here on the 10 yard line, and he's going to run straight for a little bit and break towards the inside on kind of a deeper slant route. And you see him approaching the cornerback here and cutting his break, and he's able to kind of split the defenders there and get in. So you're seeing a couple routes here, 2 routes so far that I think he can perform at the next level, and just splitting the 2 defenders there, taking the hit. Again, he's a smaller guy, but he's able to do some good work there. And then here we're looking at where is he lined up in this one. So here's a deep ball, and this is all against Ohio State, but that's the some of the fun athletic catches that he can make. Again, that vertical jump that he's got, that 36-inch vertical, he's got a really good opportunity to go up and win 50-50 balls. So here he is against, I think that's Sean Wade, 34 there for Ohio State, and he's able to just go up and he secures the ball against his head, and he made a lot of acrobatic catches. So if you're seeing some Deontay Johnson in him, I think that makes a lot of sense to me. So this is a lot of fun. And then the next play here, Dotson's up here, where my cursor is, right up by the 0 and the 40. He started at the 30 and kind of just ran this crossing route. And then as you can see here at the middle of the screen here, he starts to cut up. He starts to cut up the field, and you look at the quarterback here. The quarterback pump faked here. He pump faked there, made everyone freeze, and now he's getting ready to just launch this. And Dodson's he's very fast. He's able to get behind both safeties in this one and track the ball really, really well. He wasn't able to score, or was he able to score in this play? Looks like he maybe just came down inside. He did score. So just a fun route here of him. I think there's another angle of it of him. One just juking both of these. Like he's off to the races here, almost side to side with this guy already, and it's not even a contest. So really good route here. So you've seen 2 kind of quick routes out of Dotson, and now you're looking at a really good. I guess I don't really know the route that's called, but it looks like a cross and some kind of go route from there. So I don't know if that is an audible on his part, but a fantastic route here. Here we're looking at a quick. Let me see here. Just a quick slant that he was able to just kind of. The defender was just like stuck on him, right? Go back to this. So at the top of the screen here, defender basically a yard away here, and the defender was trying to reach out to him here because he thought he might go around him to the outside. But it made him think here. You see the toe stepping here at the line, but Dotson's going to get up here and he's going to do this little stutter step, and then that made the defender think, "Oh, he's going around me to the boundary." And nope, he's going to cut inside. So that froze the defender, opened him up. Really good route here. I like the footwork on that route. So that one stuck out to me. Let's keep it moving. And here you have Dotson at the top of the screen, just working a little crossing route here. He's able to sit. I like that sit, and then he comes back, turns his hips, and he's able to go pick up that first down. So that's a really nice athletic play, able to flip his hips so quickly and fluidly and continue momentum there, and have that defender not take him down at the spot. Let me see what we got for the next play. So Dotson's at the top of the screen here. You see the offensive lineman starting to pull. You see the receiver starting to set up his block, and this is just a manufactured touch. But if you draft a guy like Jahan Dotson, again 5'11", about 180 some pounds, punt return capabilities, you get him the ball in open space, and he's going to be able to blow by some people. So you look at this wall. Penn State did a fantastic job on this play. But you got one, two, three, four guys to block three. You got these guys, number 62 here, continuing to go down the field. And basically, just you block that guy, and it's off to the races here. So Jahan Dotson, get him the ball quickly and some proper blocking, and you can get these. Here's another manufactured touch here where he's kind of just waiting in the flat, catch and go. I think he picks up the first down here. So a guy, again, we looked at his box score earlier where he was racking up eights and nine and 11 catches in a single game, and that's how you can win with a guy like Jahan Dotson. So he's up here on this play at the yellow of the first down. This is kind of just a slant here, just nothing too fancy here. But I just again, it was a tight coverage play. Those are the plays he's going to be making at the next level. Where is he in this next one? So I think he's at the bottom of the screen here. See the quarterback looking, and he smoked his defender easily on this slant, and he's able to. I think he's able to keep the momentum going here. It picks up an additional 7-8 yards after the catch here. So he's a huge slant success route man. And then what do we got here? We got the rollout from the quarterback, looking to kind of launch it a little bit here. And just what I liked about this one is it demonstrates he's a really good zone wide receiver. You see the one, two, three guys. He's able to kind of just sit in the middle of the hole. He knows where the first down is. So I appreciate that. That came up a lot on his film is yeah, he can beat the one-on-ones. And if you give him zone, he's smart enough to just find those little spots and sit down here. So I like that quite a bit. Let me actually move that. So here's another play. Let's see what we got here. This is just a kind of just a quick little throw to the outside here. Let's see if he can make his defender miss. So he had the defender on his feet. And let's see here. He's able to kind of just take that contact and continue through it. He's now made two guys kind of miss here and able to almost pick up the first down. So it shows some nice little fight from the little guy there, making it a 1 yard play there. And then here you can see him basically in lock with number 29 here on the outside. I'm not sure where he started on the beginning of this play, but I like that one. He's in tough coverage right now. He sees the ball, and again, here's the ball is already. He's not even looking. Ball's thrown. The ball's up here right now, and he's just beginning to turn his head around right now. So I think right now he just realizes that the ball's up in the air. It's coming his way, and what he's able to do now, the defender knows that the ball's up in the air. Dotson is able to just time this really well, stick up the one paw, and he's able to snag this. And then you watch the feet here. He's able to get 1 foot down, and they're going to review this. But at the time of the play, nobody thought he caught the ball. Everyone's just like incomplete. Yeah, whatever, whatever. But there's another angle coming up here, I believe, where he's able to snag this. So here again, just again 5'11", but he's got that 36-inch vertical that just makes him play a lot taller than he is, and just an extremely athletic play here. And if we get the other angle, it'll show you that I think he did complete this catch. So it wouldn't have been complete in the NFL, but for sure, really fun acrobatic play. Here we go. We're looking at him just over the middle. Nice contested catch here over the other defender's outstretched hands. And again, the thing I like about this catch is look how he just extends his arms so well. So he's doing a lot of things. And what I like about this play is it's a deeper route for him. And again, once he's in open field, man, he's very wiggly. It usually takes a couple people to bring him down, even though he's so small. He's able to juke at least one or two people per play. And then here we have the quick throw to the, I guess this is just like a little flag route here. Just a quick throw to the outside. He knows where the first down is. He's going to pick up an extra 1 or 2 yards and gets out of bounds. Let's move on to the next one. So he had a really good game against Michigan State. This is his punt return. I'll just kind of show you guys this one in its full speed here. So he makes one man miss, and then splits another one and 1, 2, 3. So he's able to make basically 3 or 4 guys miss. Just a clean blocking lane. Penn State does a really good job blocking on that play. So there's your punt return dosage that you need, and then we get to this is like this Illinois tape, guys. Again, I can't remember what his game log was against Illinois. 6 for 69. I don't. Maybe this was a different year for him. But let me get back to where I was. Watch this. So he's at the top of the screen here against Illinois. The defender, is off 5, 6 yards to begin with, and Dotson's going to run basically a 7 yard comeback. He catches it. It's a first of all, it's a terrible throw for a comeback. I mean, this could have been picked off. Catches it at the 10, but the way it was thrown, like he's already running by the defender. So he takes he takes a simple 7 yard comeback route to the house here. I think that was to open the game, and here it is again. Just a quick, poorly thrown ball, but he's able to make it work and take it to the house. Let me see if I got maybe 1 or 2 more plays for you guys here. So again, here he's just another short to the boundary route here, and he's able to make this guy miss. A couple head fakes, a couple shimmies, and it looks like he's going to be off to the races here. And number 42 ends up tackling him. He does make a really good touchdown play, so I think that's him down here. Quarterback's already trying to throw the ball, looking like it's going to come to him. He just kind of sits. He's really good at just sitting on his route, and he knows when he's open. He has a really good like a mental connection to his quarterback. And here is a play. This is just a manufactured touch. So he's up here, he catches it, and then look at all the blockers that they got for him, and he's just going to house it. So he's gone. And I think that just, to me, that says a lot about his ability as a return man. Once he gets the ball in space, he's a lot of fun. I had a lot of fun watching Jahan Dotson. He's one of those guys where you look at him and you're like, yeah, I'm not sure what he's going to do with the NFL. He's little. But the way the NFL is going these days, there can be successful littler players. You think about Tyler Lockett, Tyreek Hill, Deontay Johnson. A lot of these smaller guys can be success stories. And I don't think Jahan's strictly like a slot. I don't think he's a one-trick pony. I think he's got a lot of different routes that he can run, tighten some things up. And I don't know. That was fun. So if you guys like this video, definitely like it, please. For me, subscribe to the channel if you're new. Let me know in the comments if you guys want any other players done that you need some notes on. But I'm gonna keep putting these out there. I'm gonna probably move on to some other receivers. That's my favorite position. And again, thank you for your time. Hope you enjoyed the video. We'll see you next time. Peace.